Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your friend and teacher Kaunga Samuel. Today we are just going to look at simultaneous equations. Okay, now simultaneous equations, they're very important at all grades. From grade 9 upwards. Simultaneous equations are important and you need to know how to solve simultaneous equations. Many of the children may not even know how to solve a simultaneous equation. Even those of you who are in grade 11, grade 10, grade 12, you may still have challenges solving simultaneous equations. This video, if you stay with me up to the end of it, you're going to know how to solve simultaneous equations. The purpose of this video is just to make you understand how you can go about solving simultaneous equations. In this one, we're going to look at the first method. Okay, there are many methods, but this video specifically is going to just concentrate on substitution method. Substitution method. Okay. Now, what does it mean to substitute? Very, very important. So, to substitute, when we say substitution, to substitute means to replace. Okay, to substitute simply means we are replacing. Okay, to substitute means to replace. Now the question is when can I use substitution method? When can I use substitution method? So this method is used when one equation, this method, meaning substitution method, this method is used when, okay, when one equation, when one equation contains, okay, when one equation contains a single x or y. Okay, a single x or a single y. That is when you can use substitution method. When one of the given equations, remember when we are looking at simultaneous equations, we're looking at equations in two variables. Now, when one of the equations has a single x in it or a single y in it, then you are certain that what I can use here is a substitution method. Now, one important concept here is the concept of change of subject. Okay, the concept of change, concept of change of subject of the formula. Is highly, okay, is highly, just write nicely, is highly applied here in substitution method. Okay, now here we simply means concept. Straight away, let's just go into the examples. Okay, examples. Solve the simultaneous equation by substitution method. Solve the simultaneous equation by substitution method. Solve the simultaneous equation by substitution method. By substitution method. Okay, let's solve that by substitution method. So the equation is 2x plus y is equal to 7, then 3x minus 2y is equal to 0. Let us solve this. Okay, let us solve this equation there. So straight away I'll say, okay, solution. Solution. Now here I want you to recognize one thing. We said substitution can be used if one of the equations has got a single x or a single y. Now check equation 1. Okay, let's call this as equation 1. Equation 1, equation 2. Okay, check equation 1. Equation 1 has got a single, okay, equation 1 here has got a single y. Can you see that? Just y. So we are going to make this y the subject of the formula. We are going to make the y the subject of the formula. So we're going to say, okay, I'm going to say y from equation 1. I'm going to say y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Remember, here this is positive 2x. It is going to cross the equal sign to come this side, so it will be a minus. So now I'll say, okay, I have made this as my equation 3. Okay, y is equal to, okay, this is now my equation 3. Y is equal to, can you see that? Y is equal to 7 minus 2x. So I'll substitute this in equation 2. So I'll replace this in equation 2. Since I used equation 1 to make y the subject, I'm going to replace where I'm seeing y in equation 2 with this equation there, with equation 3. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll say, okay, 3, therefore 3x minus 2 multiply. Now my y is going to be this equation 3 there. So 7 minus 2x. Okay, 7 minus 2x minus, okay, is equal to 0 there. We have done the substitution there. We have used equation 1 to make y the subject. We are going to substitute in equation 2, which we have done. Now we can expand. Now this simply means I'm going to get this negative 2 here, and it will multiply the 7. At the same time, that negative 2 there is multiplying the negative 2x there. So what we're going to have is this. We're going to say, okay, 3x minus 14. Okay, this is treated as a times. Okay, 3x minus 14. Okay, now negative times negative is plus. Okay, 4x is equal to 0. Are you seeing that? So now we can bring this side. Let's just bring it the other side there. We can create some lines. Let's just create a line there. Okay, so let me have a line here to demarcate my work. So now what we are going to do is to say, right, I know that Here, I'll move on to this section. Let's proceed to that section there. Okay. So I'll simply say, I'll get this here. I'll say 3x plus 4x minus 14 is equal to 0. So we've collected the like terms. Now this is 7x is equal to, now this is negative 14. When it crosses the equal sign, this negative 14 will cross this equal sign there to change to 14. So now I'm going to have 14 there. So divide 7. What I'm going to remain with is x is equal to 2. That is my value for x. My x is equal to 2 there. Now, if my x is equal to 2, what is my value for y? Remember, you have already made y the subject of the formula, so you can rely on this one here. Have you seen it? You have already made y here the subject of the formula, so you can rely on this equation there, on that equation there. So let's go ahead and use that. So I'll say, okay, therefore y is equal to 7 minus 2x. Okay, so this is going to give me 7 minus 2. Now what is my x? My x is 2 there. Where I'm seeing x, my x is just 2. It is there. So where I'm seeing x, I'll replace with 2. Okay, let's go on. So we'll say this is now going to give me 7 minus, now this is going to be treated, this bracket is treated as a times. Okay, so we are simply saying that is the same as 7 times 2 there, which is just going to give me 4 there. So 7 minus 4, now I'm going to have 3 there. Okay, 3 there. That is going to be my solution. So y is equal to 3. So therefore we can just put these guys together by saying, okay, therefore x is equal to 2 comma y is equal to 3, and that is going to be your beautiful solutions there, your beautiful solutions. If this video is adding value to you as you revise, please don't hesitate to give it a beautiful thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to this channel as we bring you more and more content. Those of you who are in grade 9, please, this is your video. All right, substitution method done. That's how you solve simultaneous equations by substitution method. Maybe let's just look at example number 2, and then we can call it a day. So example number 2, okay, example number 2. Now let's just look at this equation here. Let's just look at this equation here, which I'm going to call example number 2. Let me just create another page, next page. Okay, so more examples. So let's look at example number 2. Example 2 there. Okay, solve the simultaneous equation. So let's just solve the simultaneous equation. Let's have an instruction there. Okay, solve the simultaneous equation. Solve the simultaneous, okay, simultaneous equation. Solve the simultaneous equations by substitution. Method. Okay, now here let's just look at this equation there that is set before us. Let's look at this equation here. So the equation is x plus 2y is equal to 1, then 2x plus 3y is equal to 4. Okay, you see that equation there? So here we can still say, okay, this is going to be my equation 1, my equation 2, okay, my equation 2 there. So what I'm going to do is to replace. Okay, so I'll say solutions. Solution. So I'm going to say, okay, I'll use equation 1. Remember, we can use substitution when there is one equation with a single x. So when I check here in my equation 1, there's a single x. So I'll say, okay, I'll use equation 1 to make x the subject. Then I'm going to say, okay, x is equal to 1 minus 2y. Okay, so this becomes your equation 3. Okay, that becomes your equation 3. Very, very important. Your equation 3 there. So we've made x the subject. Make x the subject. This is positive. When it crosses this equal sign to come this side, it will be a negative. So x has been made the subject. Now we can substitute this in equation number 2. We can substitute where we are seeing x with that equation there. So we can say, therefore, let's substitute in equation 2. We're going to say 2 multiply by, now our x is going to give us, our x is now going to give us, 1 minus 2y. This is our x. Okay, where we are seeing x in equation 2, we replace with that whole thing. Then the equation is not yet done, so we say plus 3y is now equal to 4. Okay, so we can now multiply. This bracket here means you are multiplying. Okay, you are multiplying. So, and the multiplication is an expansion. So we are simply going to say, I'll multiply this 2 by 1. I'll also multiply this 2 by that one. Okay, I'll do that. That is my multiplication. So what is going to happen now is to say, let me expand that. Once that expansion takes place, we are going to say, okay, I'll have 2 by 1 is 2 minus 2 by negative 2y is negative 4y. Now plus 3y is equal to 4 there. Okay, is equal to 4 there. So now we can simply say, okay, collect the like terms. So this is 2 minus, so negative 4y plus 3y is negative y is equal to 4 there. Okay, is equal to 4 there. So that simply means I can say, okay, let me just draw lines to make demarcations for our work so that our work is neat. Okay, so here I can simply say, let me have a line there and another line there. Okay, these are the demarcations for our work. Okay, so we are going to say, let's proceed. Now from there we're going to say, okay, we can make y the subject there. We'll simply say, okay, y negative, okay, let's see, we're on a line, negative y is equal to 4 minus 2 there. So negative y is now going to give us 2. So divide both sides by negative 1 by negative 1. So y is now going to give me negative 2 there. That is my value for y. Y is going to give me negative 2. Now remember, I have already made x the subject, so it is easy for me to find the value for x. my x as the subject is here, so I'll use this equation there. I'll use that equation there to solve for x. Just this equation there. Take note of that equation there. So I'll use that equation for me to find my value for x. I'll say therefore x is equal to, okay, x is equal to 1 minus 2 multiplied by y. So this is going to give me 1 minus 2 multiply. Now my y is negative 2. Now remember, this times, this bracket is always treated as times. So what we are going to do is to say, okay, negative, this negative times this negative, my result is always going to give me a positive. So I'm going to say this is equal to, this is the same as 1 plus 2 times 2, you have a 4 there. 1 plus 4. Okay, let's just write it nicely. I'm going to have, this implies 1 plus 4. So 1 plus 4, the answer is 5. Therefore, I can put these guys together as x is equal to rather x is equal to 5, while y is equal to negative 2 there. So that is my solution. Beautiful. Great. So if this video has added value to you, please don't hesitate to like it. Don't hesitate to invite your friends. Don't hesitate to really join. Okay, let's have numbers come together so that we can build this work. We can build this channel together. This is your channel. All right. So from me, your friend and teacher, I think before I can say my goodbye, maybe I can leave work, then you drop your answers in the comment sections, and then I'll be able to respond to your answers. So I'll leave an exercise, and please drop your answers in the comment section. I'll be able to respond to you. So exercise for you to practice. Okay, so exercise. Solve, so I'll simply say solve the simultaneous equations, solve the simultaneous equations by substitution method. Okay, you can drop your answers in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to just respond to you and say you got it right. All right, so the equations are number one, I want you to solve this equation there. 2x plus y is equal to 5. Okay, 2x plus y is equal to 5, and x plus 3y, x plus 3y this is 3y is equal to 5. Okay, I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Number 2, you can try x plus 2y, x, let's try this one, x plus 2y, x plus 2y is equal to 1. Okay, and then, okay, let me just do something here. Let's use some different variables. So I'll simply say, try this one. 2p plus q is equal to 1. You can also try 3p plus 2q is equal to 4. Drop your answers in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. So from me, your friend and teacher, it's goodbye.